If you have clicked on this link, you are here to learn how to calculate an ARV, also known as the after repair value for a single family home, either for a flip or for a wholesale deal. I'm excited to show you that today. But before we get started, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and comment below. You're going to have questions. There's no way that you won't have questions after just going through this for about 30 minutes of how to analyze a deal. So let's get started. The first thing that you have to do is have a computer and a deal analyzer in front of you. Now that is super simple. Computer, I hope you already have one. If you don't, you're gonna need to invest in one for this business. But the deal analyzer, you can just go straight to our website, fearlessflipping.com. And right there on the homepage, there's a little form that you can fill out that talks about, creating financial freedom through real estate. All you've got to do is put in your name and information. A deal analyzer will be emailed to you right after you've done that. And it's the same one that we're going to be using here in this tutorial. So let's get started. This deal right now was just emailed to me by a realtor, and I haven't seen it. I haven't looked at it. So I'm coming into this fresh so that you can literally walk through my mind for the very first time and seeing this deal. So I'm going to share my screen, and I hope that you will follow along with me here. So clicking on share, I just got this email. So let me go to my email address here. And so I have a relationship with a realtor that really looks at the MLS for me, saves me a lot of time so I don't have to do that myself. And she always sends me the ARV that she believes that it is, but I never go off of just what someone else believes. I might see something differently. And so for that reason, I'm still gonna do my due diligence. So here we go. She says it needs heating and air. So I already know I'm gonna have to add on a little bit. With this one, I don't really have pictures. So as you can see, that's the very first thing that I'm looking at is pictures. Well, this is going to be a rough estimate. And this right here holds people back from putting in offers. What I want to really suggest to you is that, yes, you should not put in an offer without contingencies if you have not seen the place in person or at least seen pictures and have it from a credible source. So because I haven't seen pictures, at least not enough to know what kind of rehab it's going to be, I'm going to make sure that I've got a contingency in my offer. That way, when I go to the house and see, oh my gosh, this thing's in horrible condition, I only expected it to be $30,000 of rehab, so now I got to factor in another $10,000 because I missed the fact that it needs a new roof, whatever have you. Because of the contingencies, I am protected and I can get out of that deal. So the first thing I'm looking at is the information here, and I'm going to match it up and make sure that it actually, correlates with what they say it is with the county record. So I'm going to open up a new tab here, and I'm in Fresno. So I'm going to go Fresno County Tax Assessor. Okay. And with Fresno County Tax Assessor, and after I've clicked on that, I'm going to the assessed value lookup. And all I've got to do here is put in the street, the direction, and the street name. So let's go back to that. What was it? It was 804 West Weldon in Fresno. So 804 West Weldon. 804 West Weldon. And I'm going to submit that. And there it is. So it is 816 square feet on the first floor. We've got an ad size of 360 and no second floor. And there's a garage size of 440. So let's go back and make sure all that adds up. So I'm going to put this in a separate window so we can compare apples to apples. And here we go. So this one says 1176, which if you do the math there, 360 plus 816 is 1176. So there we go. It is the same size. That's correct. This one says, let's see, let's look for garage. Does it say that there's a garage? Detached garage. Yep, we've got a detached garage. So we're good to go. This thing was built in, according to this, 1925. Let's make sure that this also says that. So year built 1925. There you go, right there. So everything matches up. And usually when you're on the MLS, that's what's going to happen. You're going to have just about everything is good to go, but you always want to double check just to make sure. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, once again, I don't have pictures. I do have confirmation that everything is good on here. I might read a little bit about this. It doesn't look like anything was really put in here that's going to give me any sort of real value, but multiple offers, 2-bedroom, 1-bath, home on a large lot, additional living area, kitchen, additional full bathroom, yada, yada. Great, easy flip for an investor or an investment property, multiple living spaces, bring your contractor and be ready to work. So property as is. So they're expecting a cash offer, which I'm not going to put anything in except for a cash offer. So I'm going to go to work on figuring out exactly what the comps are in the area so that we can start to understand the ARV. So if you are lucky enough, well, not lucky enough, but if you're good enough to have your real estate license, you're going to have access to the MLS. You already know how to look at comps. I'm not going to have to really tell you much about that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on to Redfin because I don't have my MLS license. Redfin is what I tend to like the most. And I'm just going to copy this address and I'm going to paste it right here. And here's where all of my work starts. So once again, we know that the listing price is $120. I saw that in the listing. I'm going to just close these out so that we can get rid of the noise. The listing is at $120. So Redfin is going to say the same thing. And I don't really need to look up all the information on here. I just need to figure out what other places in this area are selling for. So I'm going to click on here. And as soon as I click on that map, it says map nearby homes for sale. I'm going to put these next to each other because I want the qualities of the properties to match. So I'm looking for properties within half a mile of this 804 West Weldon that are going to match and give me an opportunity to really know what is this going to sell for when it's all fixed up. So I go over here, go to filters. And by the way, Redfin is going to show you, I'll go back here for a second. Redfin is going to show you down below nearby similar homes. You can use these nearby similar homes and look at it. And yeah, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not though. So once again, I don't just take the word for it. I want to go into what I know, the research that I'm going to do that's going to produce the results that are going to help me understand what this is truly worth. So I'm going to go to more filters. And really what I'm paying attention to is some of the major things. You don't have to fill out all of this, but mine's a 2-1. So I want to look at least 2 bedrooms. 1 bedroom is not going to be comparable to a 2-bedroom. If I see a 3-bedroom, I'll comp it to that. I'm not going to comp it to a 4-bedroom, but 1 bedroom is way too small. Baths, 1, I might comp it to a 1.5 to 2, but I want to do at least the 1+. I definitely don't want to comp it to any condos, townhouses, multifamily. I just want to comp it to a house. But right here, we don't want to go for sale. We want to go, once again, we're not speculating. We're going off of facts. If something is being sold for or on sale for 180 but has not sold yet, I don't know that that's the value of the property. So I want to go for sold. And I'm going to go the last, now let's start with the last 3 months. Let's see what happens. If there's not enough to pick from, then I might go the last 6 months from there. And then square feet. I'm going to go, let's see, this one was 1176. So I'm going to go within about 20 to 25% plus or minus. So I'm going to go 1,000 feet to, let's just start with 1250. So that's more of like a 10 to 15%. But again, let's start small and then let's expand from there. See if we can't find some comps in the area. Lot size. I don't usually do lot size, but I do want to find like lots. So once again, let's go back to this and let's see what was our lot size. Our lot square footage was 9,280 feet. So why not? That's a pretty decent sized lot. So maybe I'll just go minimum of 6,500 and see what comes up for that. Year built, once again, I'm not really always going to go off of year built, but for this, why not? Let's go ahead and give it a shot. So let's say 1920 all the way to, I don't know, let's see, 1950. Okay. And then going down here, we don't need to worry about the schools, home amenities, nothing like that. So let's apply filters. And here we are. So once again, our house was 804 West Weldon. So if we look, let's just go ahead and bring up a map. 804 West Weldon. We are right here off of Tealman Avenue and Weldon Avenue. When we look back over at this map, we see that our home is right here. So we're looking really, again, we're starting off small. So I've got, right now I'm looking at this house and this house within probably, I mean, that's got to be like 0.1, 0.2 miles away. So right now we've got some decent comps. So let's look at this. 3-1, 1,110 square feet. That's a little smaller than ours. And a 3-2, 1,000 square feet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on these and I'm going to really dive in deep and figure out what is like this property, what is unlike this property. So the first thing I'm going to look at is this house as nice as what I'm going to produce as a flip? And yeah, this is a nice house. This has, it looks like at the very least painted cabinets, whether those are new or not, I'm not sure. But the updated countertops, those are nice countertops, granite, and then new carpet. Yeah, I mean, everything looks really, really nice here. So I might have a bit of a better shower than that, but still, that's not a bad shower. And look at that. We got a detached garage, just like what ours has. So what I'm seeing here, and I'm comping down below, if you go to all the amenities, is those major things that we looked at. So let's start with garage. 2-car garage. Then we've got no pool. Ours also did not have a pool. The approximate square footage we already know is 1,110 feet on this one. On mine, it's 1,176. This is this one right here is a 3-1. Mine's a 2-1. So right now what I'm seeing is, well, it's a 2-1, but we have really similar sizes. Could I make this a 3-1? So that's going to be the question that I have when I go into that house. Or maybe if I go back to the agent, if that's the listing agent, I can ask, hey, is there room to make this a 3-1? Is there any large spaces that maybe we can just convert into a bedroom? And for that reason, I'm going to be able to 100% comp this out at the same. But for the sake of this, we're going to say that because this is a 2-1 versus a 3-1, mine's going to be worth just slightly less. The lot size, once again, let's take a look at that. Lot, 0.17 acres. Mine's not divided into acres, so I'm going to go to my handy Google tool. How many square feet is 0.17 acres? That's 7,405 feet. So my lot is a little bit bigger. So what I'm looking at on that is maybe because I have less rooms in the house, but I have more of a lot space, maybe now that kind of cancels each other out. So guys, what I'm seeing here is a really solid comp. I'm seeing something that is within half a mile, has sold within the last 3 months, is very similar in terms of size of the lot. My lot is bigger, but I've got one less room, and this has a garage and mine has a garage. So what I see right now is, yeah, I think mine can sell for about 196, just like this one. Now I'm going to dive in a little bit deeper and I'm going to see, have I really gotten everything down? So it's in the Fresno High School District. School districts are very important too. So make sure that you're looking that up. So let's see over here, school comment, school zoning, school district, Fresno Unified. There it is. So yep, we're in the same school district. So I'm good to go there. What other information can I look at here? Um, no pool, roofing, stucco, garage spaces. Okay, so this is heating and cooling. That's definitely a big one. So I need to make sure that mine also has heating and cooling. Once again, we've already been told by my realtor, by my source, that this one needs heating and cooling. Look at that evaporative cool floor unit. So I know right now that I'm going to have to put in about $5,000 to $6,000 for a heating unit. So everything I'm looking at, though, as I've dug in deep here, is that mine is going to be worth probably about 190 to 195. So once again, my source told me about 180. I'm not sure that that's right. Now, here's the one thing I haven't checked out, though. I haven't looked at what does this street look like versus what does my street look like. So we're going to comp that right now. And you're going to think maybe, oh, well, I got to show up to the property. That's going to take a long time. No, you can do that actually right here on Google View. So we're going to copy this, paste it into Google, and look at that street view. So this is my comp at 195, 196, right around there. And let's see. Once again, sometimes Google will just throw you into random places. So let's see what that looked like again. Let's make sure we're at the right house. Okay. Is that the right house? Could be. Might be an older view of the correct house. I'm assuming that's probably what it is. Yeah, you might even see the contractors working on this. This was probably from a few months ago. So it's right across from a church. And all right, so houses in the neighborhood look decent. Lawns look fine. Next door neighbor, yeah, I mean, this is about in Fresno what I would expect for a house under $200,000. So I've seen this neighborhood. Now I want to check out what does my neighborhood look like on my potential deal. So I'm going to copy that. Once again, put it into Google and Street View. Okay. Let's see here. Neighbor across the way. And let's see, next door neighbor. It's fine. A little bit of mess in the yard. Going through this right now, what I'm seeing is my neighborhood might be a little lower in quality versus the neighborhood of my comp. This is a nice house. It's right next to a school. You can see that is a school. You can even go down to the school if we want. There we go. Okay. So let's just go back here one more time. Let's take a look at the other side of the street. But right now I'm seeing that, my comp, the neighborhood is a little bit more, for lack of a better term, sketchy. But being right next to a school, that could help out as well. So I'm going to say right now that I'm pretty confident, but I need another comp. I can't just go off of one comp. So that's where we're going to go back to Redfin here. And then we're going to see, okay, now the one for 195, which is literally just down the street, it is a 3-2 versus mine being a 2-1. It has less square footage, but that extra bathroom adds a lot of value, probably in the neighborhood of an extra 6 to 10 grand, depending upon what type of bathroom it is. So let's look. The outside of this is a funky looking place, huh? So do I have extra? Yeah, we have some extra photos. Look at that. The countertop is not great. Decent, I guess. Okay. Looks like, yeah, honestly, Cramped bathroom. It might be the second one. Okay, it's a decent bathroom there. A nice yard, an extra shed for extra space. Now, is that the garage or is that the shed? That's what I got to figure out. That is the shed, I believe. Like I said, I'm looking at this for the very first time too. So you're getting inside my head here. Now, okay, so there's the question there. Let's look at the description. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, home with master bedroom features and so on. This is 1,000 square foot space. Garage has been converted into a room. That's what I thought. So when I saw this right here, I thought that probably was the garage. So, you know, that's a tough one too, because some people like the fact that there's a 3rd bedroom rather than a garage, and some people hate it. So this is already going to be a tough comp because mine has a garage with 1 less room, but could have potentially a 3rd room. So the only reason I'm really liking this comp is because of location and the size. So once again, now because we've got something that's a little less in terms of a little less like mine, being that the garage is a bedroom, I do have to take this with a grain of salt. So I'm going to look at, for this, probably more so the square footage and what it sold for per square feet. So, and I'll do that for the last one too, just so you can kind of see that. And what I really like to do is I like to take the average of the 3 that are closest and see what the square footage is. And if mine is the average of the 3 sells for that, what will it sell for? So this first one was $177 per square feet. This second one on Weldon is $195 per square foot. And so I'm going to say, let's just go for now and say that it sells at $182 per square foot. Let's be super conservative. 182 times 1176. Wow, that's actually really good. Once again, I'm not sure that right there is going to be what I use because I got to get my 3rd comp, but I'm going to go back. And so I'm going to zoom out just a little bit here. So, wow, like if we can get that for 215, 214, that's really good. But let's just really make sure that we've got the right comps here. So 182 looks like it's the next closest. This is a 3.2, basically. When it's 1.75, I just always round up. 3.2, and it's 1,100 square feet. Once again, ours is bigger, but this one has an extra bathroom and an extra bedroom. Looks like it was probably owner occupied at the time. Yeah, it definitely was. So things are a little messy, just a little bit outdated. Yeah, look at the floor, ugly paint. Let's see, decent backyard, nice bathroom. Cramped for the laundry. Holy cow. These guys did not want top dollar for theirs. So this is not a great comp for the fact that mine's going to look a lot better. It's decent for the fact that it's the same square footage. Does it have a garage? Let's see. Garages give a lot of value. When you have 2-car garage, lot size, we already know that that's about 7,000 square feet. So mine's bigger. Okay, so I'm going to look at this and I'm going to say, well, it's got an extra bathroom, but if it was updated and nicer, look at what Redfin would think it would be. I never look at the Redfin estimates, but there is the possibility that sometimes those are exciting to look at. So I'm looking at this one. I'm saying if I updated this one, I think it would be very comparable to, where did that go? To this, was it the 196, the 195? Probably more so the 196 with an extra bathroom. And so I'm thinking, well, if that one's 196 and has 1 bathroom and this one is updated, so these, just so you know, this is like the things that are going on in my head that I start comping comps. But before I get off on that tangent, let's just say, for example, that this one, because it's got the extra bathroom, where'd it go? Because it's got the extra bathroom, and because it's not as nicely updated as what mine will be, the pictures are going to be a lot better in mine. I'm going to say right now mine would be worth a little bit more. So I'm going to go now about 170 per square foot. So we've got this one at 195, this one at 177, and this one at 164. So again, I'm being ultra conservative. I always want to be conservative. So let's just say 170 per square foot times 1176, and I'm still at $199,000. Guys, I think I've got a winner here. I think I've got something that's being valued at 120,000 but can be sold for right around that 190 to 199, maybe more if I get into a bidding war. I'm going to go for it based on, again, being conservative at 190. And the reason being, I see 199 and I see if I did, you know, all those other square footage, you're probably thinking right now, no, Kyle, this is worth like 199 to 215. It might be, but here's the deal. I would rather my house sell super quick and get bids on it and into a bidding war than to assume it's going to be at that 215 and let it sit for a couple months and maybe have to go all the way back down to like 205, 200, 195 because I couldn't get any offers on it. That's how I work. That's not how everyone works, but I'm just putting you into, once again, my mindset. So here's the deal. Once again, if we go back to our comp or our lead, we don't know how much this rehab is going to cost. So that's the only thing I can do right now for speculation is, what is this rehab going to cost me? So my formula is basically take the square footage, 1176, multiply that by $20. And if nothing big needed to be done in this house, meaning the roof, the AC, rewiring, doesn't even need new windows, then I'm going to be at right around $23,520. Is there anything that we can see from these pictures that allows us to see if it needs any of those big ticket items? So I can't see the roof well enough, and those windows don't look updated. It's tough to see, guys. So I'm going to put a lot of contingency into this calculation. So going back to this, we know it needs AC. Let's add in 6,000 for that. We don't know if it needs a roof. We don't know if it needs windows. We don't know if it needs rewiring. So I'm going to multiply this by about 15% for contingencies. Honestly, more than that. I'm going to do 20% right now because I don't know what else it needs. So I'm going to go multiply that 1.2, and I've got a $35,000 rehab. Now I open up my handy dandy deal analyzer, and I'm going to put in all the pertinent information at another time. You don't need to worry about that right now. I'm going to put the address. I'm going to put that it was a lead from my realtor, Stacy, date, analyzed by me, yada, yada, yada. So we determined, once again, conservatively, that this is at $190,000. Our asking price on this is $120,000. Our estimated repair cost, once again, is $35,000. Let's put 36,000. Let's just round up. We don't know what we're going to purchase it for yet. We're going to always put 4 to 5 months, depending upon the time of the year. Right now, it's a slow time of the year. I'm recording this in September. I'm guessing if I start rehab on this tomorrow, that I'll be selling it during November and December. That's a slow time. It's probably going to take 5 months from the time I get the keys to the time that I give up the keys, 5 months. My buying costs are pretty stable, especially on the MLS. I'm going to be right around $1,000 to $1,500. Again, we're going conservative. We're never going best case scenario. I've got a deal worked out with Stacy at 5%, and my property taxes. So I'm going to take, if I buy this at 120, just like what they're asking, I multiply that by, 1, 2, 3 times 0.012 is 1.2% in California. So my property taxes are roughly, I'm just going to once again round up $1,500. My insurance is usually going to be about 75% of that. So $1,200 on the insurance, not 12,000, 1,200. No HOA fees, utility costs I keep pretty much around like the 200 mark, so that's fine. If you notice here, so my total holding costs, that is adjusted based on the number of months. So let's just say I do 4 months. Look, new total. So you're going to keep that at 5 months. What kind of money am I going to get here? Usually I'm getting 12% with no points. So I'm going to put that in. It estimates it once again based off of 5 months. So what happens if that goes to 3 months? And that number right there goes down too. But once again, we're going to keep it at 5. And here we go. So if I offered $100,000 for this property, I would make $32,000. That's a 24% return on my investment. However, this is the MLS. The MLS is very competitive. You are not making $30,000 on a deal, more than likely, on the MLS in a very competitive market in California. So I know that I need to be very okay with a 12 to 15% return rather than a 24% return. So what if I went with the asking price? Let's just see that for a second. Not enough. Definitely not enough. I cannot put in an asking price for this. I have to go lower. So what if I went, let's just say 112. Okay, a little bit nicer looking. I think I can be pretty happy with 110. I like to see on an MLS deal that over $20,000, over 15%, just to start off. And then if I get in a bidding war, I know that I've got a little bit of room, but I'm going to go see the house at that point, and I'm really going to bring in a contractor. Or at this point, I kind of know what my contractor would evaluate it at, so I can kind of go on my own. But that's the deal here, is that I'm going to right now email Stacy back and tell her that I'm putting in an offer for $110,000 on this property. And I've done that because, once again, just recapping it, I checked out the county office. Is this property exactly what it says that it is on the MLS? I went to my comping tool, which is Redfin. You can use Zillow. You can use the MLS if you've got access to that. Wonderful for you if you do. I'm looking at the pictures, which there wasn't really any on this, and I'm looking at the street view. And after all of that, after I've figured out what the ARV is, and I'm putting all of that into the deal analyzer, along with an estimated repair estimation of how much I'm going to be putting into that rehab, and that deal analyzer is spitting out exactly what I should offer. So this is an art. I know it just took us a little bit over 30 minutes. I've got this process down to about 5 or 10 minutes, but what I would really suggest for you is master this, optimize it. So I'm in the optimization phase. Eventually, I'm going to be automating this. In other words, outsourcing it. So when this comes in, I've got someone else that's looking at it, and they're doing the deal analyzation to the point where when I get that offer in, or that suggested offer in, I can just kind of make sure that that looks good and say, yes, go ahead and send it off to our source. So that's what I would suggest, is follow these steps, get really good at it, and then eventually automate it so that you can conquer real estate investing while sitting on the beach or doing whatever it is that you want to do, because you've outsourced everything. I hope this video has been a ton of value, and I hope that you will once again comment below. Heck, if you disagree with something that I did there, I want to hear about that too. I'm not going to pretend like I know everything. This is just how I've comped out my deals so far, and it has worked for me. I hope it works for you. Have a great day. Looking forward to seeing what you can do with this deal analyzer and calculating ARVs.